Good evening. Hello. Welcome to our cozy kitchen.
It is fire somewhere.
There is a fire somewhere, and wherever you are, I hope that you're cozy, because I know that in Braemar it is minus 16 degrees. That is cold. I was there yesterday, and it must have been about not far off that yesterday. Wow, yeah. And everywhere in the northeast of Scotland, actually all over the UK, it's absolutely freezing. But I am so delighted. We have a new friend to join us in the kitchen. Welcome to Essa Flett.
Hello. Hello.
And Neil Birse, who hasn't been here for some time.
Hooray.
The golfer is sitting over there.
Hello.
He's saying hello. And I know that lots of you are joining us. Fiona Smith is watching, and Jenny Poulsen, and another Fiona. We're going to have a Fiona party. Fiona Gallimore, and Linda, and Maureen High from Killin, and Grant from Benidorm.
Wow.
Grant.
Wish I could be there right now.
We all wish. Where was our invitation? Maria, hello. It's lovely to have you with us. And Jamie Sutherland is with us, and Maureen Ritchie, and Immerine Harwood. It's great. Frank Crombie. Very good evening all. Now, you may hear slightly. I'm struggling a bit with the old voice, but it could not be better that I have two guests who are not struggling at all. I am just simply going to be the compere tonight. And the golfer just said to Essa and to Neil that old story of, what is it again?
What are you doing tonight? And the guy says, oh, I'm staying at home. And says, why is that? He says, well, my wife's got...
Oh, I know. I'll tell. So the guy says to the golfer, what are you doing tonight? He said, oh, I don't know. I'm staying at home. Oh, why? He said, because my wife's got tonsillitis and I don't want to miss it. Neil thought it was funny. Essa wasn't hugely impressed, I have to say.
I'm a tough crowd.
I won't, I'm not going to start coughing. So it's really lovely to have Essa and Neil, and they've got a lovely programme lined up for us. It couldn't be better. You studied together, well, at the same time.
Yes, we were at Guildhall at the same time. Neil was on the jazz course and I was on the classical music course, so he's inherently cooler than me. But we were in the same year at Guildhall, yeah.
But you studied classical music, but you're focusing mainly on traditional now?
Yeah, I would say I do a lot of different kinds of music, but predominantly the work that I do is in the folk music genre. So I love taking traditional music and giving it a new life or a new expression of, or a new idea of how to play it.
With a twist.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. So what are you going to kick off with this evening?
Well, I've been racking my brains for some festive tunes to get us all in a midwinter spirit. So to start off with, I'm going to play two festive tunes that I've been playing for a very long time. The first of which is called New Christmas, and the second of which is called The Ale is Dear. And they will be accompanying me here on cajon.
Excellent. I'm going to go make a cup of tea.
And I know there's some of the Tayport crowd is watching, and they'll recognise these tunes, so I hope that you're singing and dancing along at home. That's the twist.
Essa, Flett and Neil Birse, if you've just joined us, very warm welcome to the kitchen. We're very cosy in here. We know it's Baltic everywhere else. These stove fires, they work. Oh yeah, boy. I want to say hello to a couple of people because I'm just going to be the audience tonight as I get over this little chesty thing I've got. I want to say hello to Mary Spate, golden wedding anniversary. She'd requested Mary's wedding, and I know that Frank Thompson's going to be here soon, and Frank is going to play Mary's wedding for you, Mary, but happy golden wedding anniversary. Alison Culpin celebrated a birthday this week, so Ali B, happy birthday to you. Now, Elizabeth and Ian Mackenzie, they're friends of yours and they may be watching.
They might well be, yes.
Yes. So, Elizabeth and
Ian.
Yeah. Where do they live?
They live in Australia now.
My.
They used to live up here, and yes, they've just moved to Australia to be closer to family. But,
well, my friend Susanna Pearman Bradley, I know that she's watching at breakfast time right now in Sydney. She sent me a little message saying it looks cold in the Braemar area, and yesterday over the weekend we were celebrating a Festival de Noël up in Braemar, and to all the volunteers and everyone involved, well done. We had a great weekend, and it was very cold, but it was very beautiful. It's so beautiful up there. It's stunning. Let me see who is watching at the minute. Jean Meikle and Jean Jackson and Robert and Mary are watching. Welcome. Lovely to have you with us. And there is Susanna Pearman Bradley. She is saying, hi, grim. I think she's referring to my voice.
Oh.
I have a feeling. Maybe, I'm not sure. George, he's on his way to Ireland's west coast, and John Conroy says keep gargling. Thank you, I will, John. I'm going off.
Full of suggestions for you there.
You've no idea. There's many suggestions. What are you going to play next?
Next I'm going to play one of my own tunes. So this is a tune called Winter in Shetland, which I wrote as part of an online sort of workshop series that Jenny Sturgeon did in collaboration with Shetland Arts. And the end result of the workshops was that this collaboration of different people who joined together online and filmed bits of Shetland that they lived in, or made recordings of Shetland soundscapes, and those of us that didn't live in Shetland collaborated in different ways. So the way that I did was that I gave this piece which was about Shetland, and it was all put together into this film series, which is still available on YouTube. So
how lovely.
It's a really fun thing to do.
Well, and of course, collaborating with Shetlanders, but also there are so many great fiddlers from Shetland, aren't there?
Completely.
And so many great singers. Gillian Icebester, if you're watching, she is a wonderful singer. I don't know if you've come across Gillian, but hi, Gillian. So let's hear this lovely tune, and I'll let the dog in, who's barking at the back. Hang on. Carry on.
So if you enjoy the tune, there's a fuller version of it up on SoundCloud. It's still called Winter in Shetland. My SoundCloud under the name Elizabeth Flett. It's the stripped back version today, which I also quite like.
great tune and fun.
Very fun. Yeah.
Very fun. And I bet when everyone starts joining in, or do you do it only ever as a solo, or do you get everyone coming in with you?
I've done it a couple of different ways. So the way that it is on SoundCloud is me multi-tracking myself.
Yeah.
So there's some guitar, there's some cajon, there's some viola, there's some violin, and multi-track harmonies, and it's all me having fun in my home studio. Yeah.
That's the other thing that I think people discovered during COVID, which was, lots of applause there, Essa.
Thank you.
A lot of people, particularly during COVID, just discovered that, they got to work with their own recording equipment and probably learned the skills that maybe they didn't have time to do before. You know, I mean, you guys are all graduates of Guildhall, so I would expect you to know how to.
We didn't exactly get a module on how to put a light ring up, though.
No. I mean, I'm technically brilliant. That's all I can say. After all these months of doing these kitchen concerts, I know how to put up a ring light. That's about the size of it. We're not upside down though, which I can do that. We can do upside down, sideways. Margaret Melville is watching, and so is Ilsa. Lovely to have you with us. I got a lovely message from Val Anderson, and she said today, probably far too late for a request. No, it's not. But if you could manage, could you wish Moira Anderson, not the singer, who is a very dear friend of ours, but it's another Moira Anderson, a happy birthday for tomorrow, the 13th of December, and say hello to her daughter, Judith. She's a little secretive about her age, so we won't mention it. She's a lovely lady and deserves a mention if possible. And she said, I also meant to ask for a shout out for our silver wedding, which was in July.
Oh.
But she missed the actual date. Val, you can do better than that. Then she meant to mention it in October at Halloween, and she forgot again.
I'm pretty sure the celebration lasts all year, doesn't it?
I think it does last all year, Val. But she said, please can you say well done to Dave, her other half, for putting up with her for all these years. The Dark Island was her first dance, so that would be especially apt, but might not fit in with your theme. I have no theme tonight. Fortunately, they have a theme because I'm not. Steve Bell saying, leaving Baku and coming home. Oh, great, Stevie. I've got a message for you as well. I'm not singing tonight. You can tell why. You'll be glad to know that I'm not singing tonight, croaking my way through anything. But I do have Essa, Flett and Neil Birse right here with me. Stevie, you sent me a message saying something about doing a charity show in Baku. Would you be up for that?
I would, yeah.
We're all up for it, Stevie. You organise it, pay for the flights, and we'll be there. We're very expensive. Hello, Ro. Good to have you with us. Elizabeth Lissamore McGilvery, she was saying that was so lovely. Good evening from snowy Sussex. So you got Shetland in snowy Sussex. Beautiful tune. I love the energy of it.
Yeah, it's fun to have a good time, isn't it?
Well, it's one thing kind of writing a tune and you can have it in your head, but playing it for the first time in public, can be daunting, can't it?
I think so, yeah. I've been doing it for so long that I've kind of...
You don't care.
I've kind of forgotten what it feels like to have those kind of nerves, which it can be a bit of a problem in a way sometimes, because sometimes you need that adrenaline kick to get you on stage.
But you also teach.
I do also teach,
Where do you teach?
So at the moment I'm focusing on performing and theatre work. But when I lived in London, after I graduated from Guildhall with Neil, we both graduated, well done us, we got to the end. I was a nursery music teacher for 2.5 years, which gives you nerves of steel, I would say, really. If someone hands you 15 3-year-olds and a supply teacher who's maybe not that interested in helping, and you have half an hour and you've just got to make sure that they don't set anything on fire. I mean, anything else seems less stressful at that point, really.
15 3-year-olds, that is something.
Something.
That is something. And I bet your repertoire was amazing. I mean, Twinkle Twinkle.
Well,
Three Blind Mice.
if any number of songs about frogs, it turns out.
Yeah.
3-year-olds love frogs. There we are. General public service announcement for everyone.
What are you going to play for us next?
So next I'm going to do a song called Monday Morning, which has got a feeling that I certainly felt this morning when I was trying to get out of my nice warm bed, and I think quite a lot of other people will be feeling as well in this cold, frosty weather. So I thought everyone might enjoy it, and it trips people up a little bit because it's got a very serious tune and it's a very silly song. So I'm giving you that heads up that it's maybe not quite what you think it is by the tune.
Okay.
Piano, yeah. Keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too soon to be out of my bed. Too soon to be back at this bus QK bar. Fumbling for change for my picture paper on a Monday morning. Where has the weekend gone? Where is the beer and the wine I've tasted? Gone the same way as the pay I've wasted on a Monday morning. Oh, if only the birds were booze. If only the sun were a party giver. If I could just give someone else me liver on a Monday morning. My love, she lies asleep. My love, she is warm and her heart is mellow. I'd give the whole world just to share her pillow on a Monday morning. Too soon to be out of my bed. Too soon to be back at this bus caper. Fumbling for change from me picture paper on a Monday morning. On a Monday morning. On a Monday morning. The lament of the folk musician.
And a Monday morning. I know how I felt this Monday morning. You can hear this croaky old voice. Sorry I'm not able to sing tonight, but I'm so pleased to have both Essa and Neil here in the kitchen. The golfer's having a wee snooze with dog on lap. I don't know if there's a clue tonight. He never told me, but we'll find out. There is. Oh, he'll give us that in a minute. Hello to John Conroy and Granite City Chorus. Wishing you well. Thank you, Margaret. This Baltic weather doesn't help. I know, it's freezing. I want to say a big shout out to everyone at Voluntary Service Aberdeen, all the volunteers, all the carers, all the lovely ladies and gentlemen who are living in the various VSA homes in Aberdeen. Some were performing at the Citadel last Wednesday and they just did so well. Broomhill Park, Craigton Grove and Crosby House. Hello to you all. You were absolutely fantastic and we had a great night. Norman MacLeod, Sheena Blackhall, Granite City Chorus, we had Craigie, we had Iona, I'm bound to leave somebody out and then be in trouble. Neil Selders. Speaking of Neil's, Tina sent me a lovely message. She's got something for me to aid with my lung recovery, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got to do qigong. We all have to do qigong. I have to stop talking about qigong and actually just do it. I talk a good game, but I don't actually do enough. So Tina, thank you for the prompt. I'm going to see what it is that you're recommending. And at this stage, I'm happy to do anything. Manuka honey, I'm gargling, I'm doing all sorts. I'm not a very good patient. I'm actually very grumpy. I'm also feeling very sorry for myself. It's not good. If I can't sing, I feel very upset. Do you feel the same way?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, you get very upset because you get up on that Monday morning and you know that your voice just isn't there properly.
Yeah.
So I'm not inflicting it on you is what I'm going to say. I also want to say hello to everyone at Braemar Primary School, all the adorable children that came along to Festival de Noël concert at St Margaret's in Braemar on Saturday night. Sadly, Albine School and University of Aberdeen Chapel Choir couldn't get past a boyne. I was already there, Niels was already there, and Colin Hunter and his guests stepped in and they sang brilliantly in harmony. We missed the choirs terribly, but I have to say the community in Braemar pooled together and it was a splendid concert with a very full house, and it was really sweet. The nativity plays are always, I mean, I'm sure as teachers, both of you, I don't know, have you directed a nativity play before?
Been part of directing, yeah. My parents have and have helped a lot, yeah.
Have you done the nativity?
Helped a lot. That's not the same when you're the captain of the trenches. With the
True. Very true.
Yes, yes.
And survive.
And survive, just about.
Well, I remember a nativity play that my children were involved in, and it was very sweet, and it was just down in the local scout hut, and it was all going a bit wrong, but that's what it should really go a bit wrong. And there were lines and they weren't all remembering their lines. And there was the three wise men. One completely forgot his lines, so the other wise man, king, shoved him. So he was catapulted towards the crib, and he looked in the crib, and then he turned to the audience and he said, "He looks just like his father," which was, everybody broke up. It was the best. And I'm sure nativity plays all over the country that are happening now. It's just the loveliest, most fun thing. If you're a mum, a dad, an auntie, a granny, a grandpa, or a helper, I think we'll leave that up to Neil's parents to tell us whether he was much of a helper or not. Neil seems to think he was a helper.
I'm sure it's...
Essa's, you're dubious about this.
No, they are very cute. People who have small children will know that headmistresses are sometimes, or headmasters or head teachers are generally quite insistent about what they want the end result to be, and can forget that who they're trying to teach are 2 and 3 year olds.
Yeah.
And then, as the main music teacher, you then get asked questions like, well, why aren't they memorizing all the verses to Jingle Bells?
Yes.
And it's like, because they've been in the world for 2 years.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
But they are very sweet, yeah.
It's that adorable stage. If you're not a teacher. What are you going to play for us next?
So we're going to play another of my own tunes. I wrote this one pretty much exactly 10 years ago, but I've been coming back to it recently. I don't know if you have this with songs, but sometimes I have a tune that's like my tune and I'll play it a lot at gigs for a couple of years, and then you get a bit tired of it and you think, okay, time to move on to something else. So during my teen years, this tune was like one of the tunes that I played a lot, and then I kind of thought, oh, I've kind of had enough of it. But it's been enough years now that I've come back to it and re-enjoyed it. So this tune is called Don't Take Away My Agar, and it's I wrote it after going on holiday at about this time of year to Rasse when I was 16, and it was a very, very big house, very, very cold, and the only room that was warm in this big house was the kitchen because of the agar cooker. And I'd never come across an agar cooker before, and I immediately fell in love with it and basically was like cuddling it for the whole week. I wouldn't leave it behind. And then when I had to get back on the very cold ferry to go home, I wrote this tune called Don't Take Away My Agar.
I can't wait to hear it.
And Neil is joining me on piano.
Very nice.
If he remembers the key.
I think he does.
How did you know?
Well, I wouldn't take away your agar. Don't take. I wouldn't. Would you take away her agar? I wouldn't take away her agar. Great name for a tune.
Yeah.
I think anyone who does have an agar, and we don't, but we know we do know people who have one, and they love them too. I mean, you could dry your socks, your shoes. You don't just cook in it. It's a sort of, it's a way of life. I should be an agar salesman. I have a feeling they're terribly expensive. I know. I do know that much. I don't know if they gobble oil.
Yeah, we don't need central heating if you've got one.
No, but like most people, we're all now living in the kitchen anyway, aren't we? I mean, that's the. Lots of people saying, bravo. Hi, Fiona. Could you promote our Maggie's concert, 7 p.m. tomorrow night at Midstocket Church? So, Granite City Chorus. Granite City Chorus tomorrow night, Midstocket Church, Aberdeen, 7 o'clock. They're fantastic. If you're in Aberdeen area or anywhere, highly commend that you go along to Midstocket and hear them sing wonderful harmonies. And they were great at the Tivoli with, you missed the Tivoli. We missed you at the Tivoli.
I missed being there.
It was such a great night, and Granite City were singing, and then they sang at the VSA concert last Wednesday. Something else you weren't at. I'm going to now do the list that he's very difficult to get hold of these days. Very important and busy. And Braemar, no, you weren't in Braemar either. Oh, don't don't start me coughing. I want to say hello to Suzanne Henderson, who is isolating with COVID, sadly. I feel for you. I don't have COVID. I've had it twice. I don't want it again. Suzanne, I feel for you. I hope you get better soon, and I hope that you've got some very handsome butler somewhere just delivering food and hot drinks and leaving peeled grapes at your door.
I think it's time for a clue.
Oh, yes. Oh, golfer's sleeping. Have you got a clue, darling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he'll maybe afterwards.
What was the
He said,
first golf course specifically built as an 18-hole golf course?
where was the first golf course built that was specifically built as an 18-hole golf course? So the golfer's clue is, where was the first 18-hole golf course specifically built? I don't know the answer.
I
to
would
that.
hazard a guess.
Right. Okay.
Guys,
Shall I guess?
Have a guess.
I would hazard a guess at St Andrews.
Wrong.
no, they were all designed as 12-hole courses.
They were designed as 12-hole
Oh,
courses.
This was the first golf course that was specifically built.
Come on, Neil.
It was specifically built as an 18-hole
18-hole.
because the original golf courses, according to the golfer and the oracle, were 12
It
holes.
started off as 12 Prestwick and then they grew up to 18.
So-
this course was specifically designed and built as an 18-hole golf course.
Okay, so Prestwick was 12. I like 12 personally. I get to 12 and I think, oh, that was fun. Can I just go in now? But unfortunately, sometimes you're miles out.
I get like that with art galleries. It's generally the point, like Tate Modern's one, that like you realise you've had enough right when you're in the bowels of it, and then you've just got to like fight and claw your way out, really.
But I was in the Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the Tate Gallery, but very interesting. But I was with a fellow songwriting friend, Kent. Hello, if you're watching. He and I went around the Music Hall, the Hall of Fame together, but we both went the wrong way. We went against the crowd. And it was only after about half an hour of, realising that we were actually not going with the flow. And I said, Ken, I don't think we're going with the flow. He said, no, I'm left-handed. And I said, I'm left-handed too, but usually, it's good to kind of go with the flow. And then what we found was, going against the flow, we saw Elvis's car before, 5,000 other people. So sometimes it's good to go against the flow. Anyway, I don't know why I'm gibbering on here because I can't sing. Andrew Mackenzie is watching. Andrew, do you know the answer to the golfer's clue? Where was the first 18-hole golf course specifically
Designed and built.
designed
And built.
and built? Stephen Baxter, hello Stephen. I know that you're not going to know the answer to the question because Stephen is a graphic designer who doesn't play golf. But Stephen, thank you again, Stephen. He puts our concerts up on YouTube straight after we've done this. So you will be able to see Essa and Neil on YouTube later on. And me twittering and wittering away as usual. Sometimes people write in things like, will you stop speaking?
Oh no!
Will you just be quiet and sing a song or get on with it? Kenny Jackson says, love,
That's
love, love,
brutal.
love, love, love. You and you. So that's very nice. And Beverly Reed, most of our views are not brutal, but there's one. There's always one that says, oh, just get on with it.
You know who you are.
Hello, Beverly. So nobody is answering yet as to this golf course. No, St Andrews seems too obvious.
Yeah. Okay.
Irene Gillis is watching. It is too obvious. Why don't you play another tune? Annie McLeod is saying St Andrews. No, wrong answer, Annie. It is not the first. It may be the oldest 18 golf course. 18 hole. Oh, no, it's not, says the golfer. It's not even the oldest. So from his slumbers in his chair, Junie McPherson says it wasn't her. Wisn't me. You're going to have to look this up, methinks. Play a tune while they're all doing Dorna, says Linda Patterson. Nope. Nope. We're going to have another tune. What's our tune going to be?
So we're going to have a song.
Oh, excellent.
And this is a song that you'll probably quite a few people will know, so feel free to sing along at home. It's called Here We Come a-Wassailing, and it's one of the really old wassail songs that are still around from when people went door to door to sing songs and get some sort of hot food or drink in return. So very similar to guising, or the Welsh tradition of Mary Lloyd, in that idea of going house to house and asking for some festive sustenance. Yeah. Here we come a-wassailing upon the leaves so green. Here we come a-wassailing so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and to you a wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. I'll sing it again so you can sing it along if you like. Love and joy come to you, and to you a wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. So that's your chorus. We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door. We are neighbours' children that you have seen before. God and boy come to you, and to you a wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. We've got a little Birse and it's made of leather skin. A little silver sixpence would line it well therein. Love and joy come to you, and could he God bless you too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children that round the table go. Love and joy come to you, and to you a wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. Love and joy come to you, and to you a wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
Yeah.
I hope you were singing along at home.
That is it's so lovely to hear those songs that you hear carolers singing. And I think that I want to do another shout out to Colin Hunter and Fiona in Braemar in their lovely cottage, because they were wassailing on Saturday night at St Margaret's in Braemar at very short notice. Imagine being a house guest and thinking, oh, we're going up for a relaxing weekend, glass or two of wine, or maybe even a bottle, and suddenly you're on stage and you're the main event. So they may never come back and stay with you again. That's just. I want to also say hello to Raymond Chuk. Hello, Raymond. I got a lovely email from you today, and also from Marie Harris. So lovely to have you with us. Fred O'Neill is watching. Mary Ann Stewart is watching. Someone said Chicago for the golf answer. No.
There's also Carnoustie.
Carnoustie.
Getting closer.
He's getting closer. John Conroy saying happy Hogmanay.
Hey.
John enjoyed that. John is in Granite City Chorus. Another shameless plug for them for tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Midstocket Church, Aberdeen. Get there or be square. Good evening. Lovely to see you. Katrina MacArthur is watching. Excellent. Katrina, do you know the answer? Because we're fed up with the golfer always being right. It's such... And we never know the answers to nearly any of his clues.
I got one once.
You did.
It's been coming for years.
He may have to tell us. Let's see. Glen Eagle says Floris Calderwood. No, he's shaking his head with disdain, Floris. I mean, it's like, I mean, who would even say St Andrews? Fred O'Neill, very happy memories when we all worked together at the King's in Edinburgh. Indeed, happy memories, John. Thanks so much. Peter Stewart, Peter and Liz and Pitt Lockery, hello to you. Do you know the answer? No. Kathy Carmichael is watching. I think nobody cares, actually, about Francis. They don't care about your clue tonight. That's okay. He doesn't care. Do you think we should maybe put anyone like us out of our misery? Forfar. Forfar is the answer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
I've never guessed Forfar.
Forfar was the first 18-hole golf course to be specifically designed as a golf course. An 18-hole golf course. Jody DeRamo says Newport. But Jody DeRamo, you're wrong. Glen Eagles, you're wrong. The answer is...
I remember going with Jody DeRamo to Newport to watch Buddy Rich and Mel Tormé.
Wow.
The Newport Jazz Festival.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that, but the golfer went with Jody DeRamo to the Newport Jazz Festival to see Buddy Rich and Mel Tormé, one of the world's greatest ever singers.
And drummers.
And drummers.
We drove over the Newport Bridge
Buddy
from
Rich,
Providence, Rhode Island to Newport and the huge bridge there on Jody's E-type Jag in 1979, 1980.
Wow.
Someone has said Fit Forfar. Fit Forfar. Yes, Forfar. Would never have guessed Forfar. Jody, happy memories from the golfer here. Ella Greaves saying happy. Good evening from Peterhead. And Linda Patterson. She's now saying Forfar.
Anyone can say Forfar now.
Question mark. You see, this 45 minutes, you get brilliant music from wonderfully talented people like Essa and Neil. You get me croaking away. You get the golfer barking and falling asleep in the corner. I mean, what else are you going to be doing on a Monday night? So have we got one more, two more? We've got the penultimate.
We've got two more, but we could have one more depending on
No,
time.
let's have two more.
Okay.
So are we going to do a Christmassy one?
We're now taking a hard left in terms of genre, just to kind of let you know, and we are now firmly in Rat Pack era jazz, and we're going to do the Christmas song.
Have you never watched this kitchen concert before? Everything is possible in this. I mean, we shamelessly mix folk with jazz, with the odd classics. I mean, I've been known to, sing some ridiculous songs on this. Okay, so you're going to play a jazz classic?
Yeah, we will, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a secret?
No, it should be recognisable.
Okay.
It's entitled The Christmas Song.
Okay. I'm going to stay for this one.
Oh.
privilege to have the pair of you playing in my kitchen and the golfer's kitchen. And well, if you didn't feel in the Christmas spirit before, you must. That has got to be. But it also reminded me rather of Stefan Grappelli. That it's that wonderful mix.
I know, I'll take that.
Of classical, but folky, classical, wonderful mélange. I don't know if that is a mélange or but certainly beautiful. Thank you. That really, really lovely. I'm feeling quite Christmassy. I wish I'd wrapped a present. I just wish. Have you wrapped any?
That would mean having them.
Oh, oh, good.
Not yet.
A girl after my own heart here. That's fine. Because Irene Watt the other day, it was really lovely having Irene, as it always is, playing harp in the kitchen. Irene, about 3 weeks ago, had wrapped presents, and she had her lovely wreath on her door, and I was teasing her and just saying, okay, just come in here and show off then if you must. But I'm sure that made you feel very Christmassy. Lots of people enjoyed that. And hello to MJ Music. Hello, welcome. So we've just got one more before I pass out with the heat.
It's nice and toasty in here.
It's very
nice.
We have a stove. It is Baltic outside, -18 in Braemar. Whoever is in Benidorm, I hope you're having a lovely time, but everything is pretty cold here. I'd like to do a shout out to family. Floris is saying a fantastic kitchen concert. Barbara's saying superb concert. And Kay has just joined, but that's very nice that you've just joined. Hello to Auntie Linda Nolan in Dublin, recuperating really well, which is great news. And hello to Kirstine, Deirdre, Morag, Morven, Ailey. They're all over Scotland, but hello. The Birse family, the Flett family.
They were here at the start, but I think Marilyn, who's a family friend, is watching. So, hello, Marilyn.
How do you mean they were here at the start? You mean they've left?
They work in the church, so
right.
there was a church service that needed them to happen.
Well, they're excused. That's okay. That is absolutely okay. And of course, they can watch it on YouTube. They
will, because I'm an only child.
Oh, that's very good. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And please come back. Next time I hope to be able to sing. But how lovely to have you sing and play, and with such versatility. I mean, if ever there was an advert for Guildhall, it's this pair. I mean, the powers that be, because they can play anything. I mean, that's... And the interesting thing, I think, even if you're not a musician or a singer, is this whole crossing genres with ease, and also it's just almost effortless, and that lovely classical mixed with folk is lovely. And I mean, all the times that you've been playing here, some old Celtic songs mixed with, you can't resist the odd jazz chord in there because, well, that's in your DNA. But anyway, thank you. What are you going to finish off with?
I'm going to finish off with a good old-fashioned tune set. So the first song is called Gaudete, and then the second one is God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, and then I'm finishing off with a folk favourite, High Road to Linton.
Great.
So thank you very much for having me. If you've enjoyed my playing, I'm on Spotify as Elizabeth Flett, Elizabeth spelled with an S. I'm on Instagram at Essa Flett, that's ESSAFLETT. I'm also on Twitter as that as well, and then on Facebook I'm under my full name, Elizabeth with an S again, Flett.
You're organised.
So if you enjoy my playing, do come and check me out there. And Neil doesn't do social media, so that's a nice quick one for him.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week, hopefully with a voice. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.